Both players sharing the bottom. On the left side, we have
MVP DongRaeGu.
And in the bottom right, can he come back?
Otis MC.
Never heard two letters put together sound so scary.
All right, so of course, Shakur's Plateau.
True face of the Zerg Rush. Well, now we know what the face of the Zerg Rush looks like.
I guess we do.
Now we know. Guys, get a year-long premium ticket. You're going to save money. That actually would be a great holiday gift.
Yeah. For yourself or loved ones. You can always use it if they don't, and if they do, then they're cool.
Yeah, that's how you know if they're worth loving, is if they watch the GSL.
That's how you know, actually.
Yeah.
That's why I don't love my family at all.
They're just a bunch of noobs.
That's right. So, MC just scouting out, checking out pool timings and whatnot, and deciding, oh, I can go Nexus first versus this. And that's probably what. No, he's going to go ahead and make that forge a little bit safer.
He's probably going to do the pylon block again.
Yeah, it definitely could be that. And oh, he might be. Is he going to be a little bit late on it? Looks like he might be.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to go there in time. Well, this may actually mess with the tempo of MC instead of DRG, because I think MC is probably in practice pretty consistent about getting that pylon up and blocking.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, a little mistake there. Well, I think he's probably a little bit rattled from last game too, because DRG actually pwned him. MC played well. He didn't mess up in a lot of ways, and I mean his opponent just thumped him, man. You know, the feeling, and it's the same as Starcraft 1. The feeling that you get when you are being beaten by a really good Zerg is one of the most hopeless feelings in the world. Yes. You just feel like you're never going to get out of. Yeah, it's like, oh, he always has more than me. I can't get out of my base. Yeah. I don't feel safe anywhere on the map. And that was the exact feeling that MC had in that last game. I love watching players that play Zergy too, which DRG definitely is one of. He swarmed the whole map, creep everywhere, constant harassment, constant counterattacks. We're trying to run in everywhere at once. It was really great, man. MC really has to tighten himself up this game. But again, this game, on this map, it is definitely a little bit easier for Protoss than on Antigua. You know, the middle of the map are a lot of small corridors where you can use force fields very effectively. Yep. You know, the third base location that most Protosses use is a very easy place to make force fields that are, like, hella good, man.
Now, note MC hit a probe up here. But DRG is checking his entire side of the map. This is what a really thorough Zerg player will do. Is he going to get the probe out of there in time? No.
And so he has been caught.
So nowhere to hide on that side of the map.
Yeah, and
but he will see that hatchery. Well, that's more than enough.
That's what you need to see, man. That's actually the most important part of it, is seeing that hatchery and being like, okay, you're going for a gasless 3-base. And that is, of course, the most common strategy for Zergs right now against a Protoss fast expansion. So MC is going to be very well versed in what he wants to do against this, which most likely will end up being Stargate play. He literally has gone Stargate almost every game against Zerg for as long as we can remember.
Well, we're going to wait and see. I agree with you, Ortosis probably will be a Stargate. That pylon that was just planted there by MC is so you can warp in units on the lower ground.
It's a great place for a pylon. Everyone should make one there. And +1 has started. +1 a little bit later than a build that would theoretically want to use a +1 4-gate Zealot timing. And of course, with his probe already being found out on the map, he's not going to be able to put down any proxy pawns, which would make it a little bit weaker as well.
All right, so he's planted 2 more gases here. And this time, the Overlord's going to get there. He's not going to see a damn thing.
That's right.
The Overlord that he's sacrificing the main.
Yeah, it's just going to get killed and scout nothing. There is one behind the natural waiting to go in. But actually, there's nothing to see, man. He's just chrono boosting his +1 some. You know, the more I watch this, I do wonder what strategy he's going to go for. This could end up being Twilight Council pretty soon, though, based upon the upgrades he's getting and how many gases he has. I definitely could see that coming into play. The Stargate, it's too late for that now. He's waited way too long for that, but definitely could be the other, the Twilight Council. So, looks like he is going to go for a 4-gate, probably. Well, he's continuing to make nothing but sentries out of his first gateway.
You know what it was?
There we go.
He actually made it confusing enough by just getting a bunch of all the gateways so much later.
Yep.
This is a 7 gate. Is that 7?
7 gate plus 1 timing, man. It's a very, very powerful build. Now, the interesting part will come here. Will he make either a robotics or a twilight with this? Because normally you'll see one or the other. One is to get that plus. He's getting actually the armor right now. So we might be seeing a robo out of him to follow this up with. Of course, you can as well still go twilight at this point. But, well, we'll just have to see what he actually wants to do with it, man.
And he actually is going to tear down the cybernetics core here at the entrance. He's obviously remaking that, yeah.
Just getting it down a little bit right now. Once you see that thing killed, you know what's coming, man. It's a 7 gate.
Yeah, it looks like he actually wants to wait just a little bit longer. Because, you know, Sentry's killing that. There's enough time for Zerlian to peek and be like, oh, okay.
He can knock it out very quickly now. This is the most Sentry-heavy build, basically, that you can do in this game. He's already got 10, and oh my god, did he go up to... Oh my god, he's actually got 12 Sentries right now. Now, this is actually insane. Okay, so he's going to basically just use Force Fields to try to win this game. Burrow is on the way for DRG, so he's reading this correctly so far, and this is why either you go for the slightly quicker timing with Blink, or you go for the Robo, but we haven't seen the Robo yet.
Is he going to see the other gateways over here? He sees that extra one over there, but that doesn't mean he's seen everything. Well, it might be too late. He's already moving out, making a gateway there to wall in. This is not a build that you just transition into, late game with. This is one where you're going to end the game right away.
Yeah, this has almost no transition power. This is basically all inish. He has to get a lot of damage done here. But again, Burrow is about to finish, so DRG is actually in a great spot.
He's got the pylon on the way here.
Throwing up that one preemptive force field. I actually kind of like that one preemptive force field, I have to admit.
Well, you could start making the walls in a lot of different directions if you want to.
And just putting that there, they have to decide which side to come down. It's kind of cool, actually. I'm going to toy with that. All right, so we have Burrow movement on the way, a lot of roaches on the way, 150 supply to 104. Now, MC can be pretty cost efficient, but it's going to come down to Burrow Micro as well. How quickly can he burrow these units? In fact, not showing his burrow yet, that's actually kind of interesting that he hasn't shown it yet. There is no observer out, no observer on the way. Ton of roaches on the way, Burrow movement still on the way.
Nice, once again, isolating the queens and the roaches.
I gotta say, I'm a bit surprised that we haven't seen even one Burrow yet. He's lost a lot of roaches already. And now flanking from both sides, targeting down sentries as quickly as he possibly can. Now he's got a 3-way flank going on. A lot of stalkers in there still, though. And there you go. Finally does use Burrow, and now MC's going to go, oh, crap. Because those things are going to heal up very quickly, and he can pop them out, do little shots. And now he can just really save up for more roaches, just have them all burrow, then attack all at once. MC right now not even remaking anything at home or any detection, so he is completely all in right now, man. He's got to get something going on here.
This game will end one way or the other very soon here. But, you know, with enough roaches out here, as long as it keeps burrowing the weaker ones. But then again, I mean, if you miscontrol this, there's just going to be too much damage on the high ground. And you know what? There actually might be too much damage, especially if he gets the Roach Warren.
Oh, God, you're right. That is bad news bears for DRG, man. This is a very powerful rush right now from MC. And, I mean, he's microing pretty hard here, but, he's actually losing a lot of roaches all over the place.
GG.
Wow. MC pulling through despite having no detection.
This was one of those moments where in rock, paper, scissors, scissors just beat rock.
Yeah, man, he cut that rock
I don't know
in half.
how paper actually beats rock, by the way.
Because it's pure gold.
Does it just wrap around the rock? Does that mean the rock loses somehow?
It gives the rock armor, man. I don't get either.
I don't get it.
All right, so DRG losing that game has to be a little bit rattling, but he had Burrow for a very long time and was letting little groups of units die. For instance, when there was that big force field line on the north side of the screen, top side of the screen, he had like 8 lings and 3 or 4 roaches stuck and just tried to run them away the entire time, and then they died. There was a time where there were a few roaches and a queen. I mean, these are all things that he can go ahead and burrow. Now, was he trying to save it to trick MC? I mean, that is a possibility, but I don't think so. I think he just kind of dropped the ball there. Could have saving any more units, man. Like, things suddenly in StarCraft will switch and go the other way. Yeah. Just from a couple units.
I think it would have been okay for him to show the burrow.
I think so too.
I think it was actually he lost like 20 Roaches in those battles. And, I mean, a lot of those Roaches were just retreating. They were just scraping the sides of the force field, and then they got killed. So, I mean, even if MC has to turn around, you've already won.
Yeah.
You know, that's enough damage.
Yeah, I mean, all he needs is, like, to be left alone just for a little bit, and the 3 bases truly kick in, and he'll get this unbelievably overwhelming force. But he just kept fighting, kept losing units. Didn't use that really quick burrow upgrade. He went up to layer for a reason, man. He got that burrow really quick. It was a great read. It was the tool that could have helped him to potentially win that game, but he waited too long.
We'll be back in 5 minutes, so stay tuned here for us here at the Blizzard 2011 World Cup.